It's an unseasonably chilly night here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium for the final season clash of the CNS season. It's the Baldwinsville Bees and the CNS North Stars alongside Joey Cox and Laekin Haven. I'm Johnny Lisi. Now tonight's game is a little bit weird, and I don't think we've ever seen this. I talked to head coach Stephanie Prentice before the game, and she said she talked to Baldwinsville head coach Meg Tabor. Neither of them, they played lacrosse their whole life, coached for over 5 years, both of them. Never seen it in all of their lacrosse careers. So Joey, a little bit of an interesting night. We're gonna start at 7:48 on the clock. No national anthem, no starting lineups. We're gonna pick it up as if there wasn't lightning and it isn't like 20 days later, Joey.
Exactly. I mean, I was here with Alex, our camera operator right now, and of course our producer for tonight's game. But yeah, Johnny, it was such an odd game because they kept resetting the clock, and then eventually that clock started to wind down, and all of a sudden the players started coming out. They were getting excited, and they were ready to get going, and then they're like, all right, we're calling it, and that's how that game ended. So North Stars, they scored very quickly in that game. As you know, the score sits 3-0 right now in the first 5 minutes. So Johnny, it's going to be an exciting one. North Stars, last time they played Beeville this past week was a 19-9 game. So already off to a hot start in this one.
And Laekin, you play a team twice back to back like the North Stars do. It's weird to game plan playing a team back to back.
Yeah, and you can learn from it and learn some of the players like different like tricks, so that you have like a better chance of what they're gonna do.
And potentially, depending on how the sectional bracket goes, CNS could see Baldwinsville in their last 3 games. So it's a weird, this is how it gets at the stretch part of the season. But Joey, Baldwinsville got a big win against West Hill. West Hill's a top team in Class D. So Baldwinsville coming in with some confidence and a little bit of a buffer game.
I mean, Johnny, Beeville, they just sit at over 500 on the season, 8-6. So, and they're playing number 2 North Stars, who sit at 14-1. So, it's definitely been a motivating factor here in the late stretch of the season, going into the sectional playoffs. So, Bees looking for a win here just to kind of round out the end of the season, but it's definitely going to be tough versus this North Star squad.
And Laekin, you look at this CNS squad, someone who stands out, Sophia Neshi, 11 goals in the last 2 games, 6 against Fayetteville Manlius and 5 against Baldwinsville. But when you have someone as lethal as that, who can score and dish it out, she's a tough ask for Beeville to defend.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be very hard for them to stop her.
North Stars, Bees coming up will complete the game. It'll be a normal second half. Everything is normal, except CNS will start the game winning. I told Coach Prentice, I said, how often do you come into a game and start a game already winning? He said it's never happened before. So a little bit of a weird circumstance. All that coming up next right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. And we welcome you here on the North Star Network on YouTube alongside Laekin Haven. I'm Johnny Lisi. We will pick up this game between the Baldwinsville Bees and the CNS North Stars with 7:48 left to go. We'll give you a little bit of a recap. CNS leads Baldwinsville 3-0. Goals were scored by Mia Bella Gates, Elizabeth Smith, and Ella Grotto. So Grotto, Gates, Smith with the goals, and Viviana Beardsley with an assist. So the game will not start with a face-off. It will start with whoever was on the field. We'll start it with exactly where we left off in Laekin. This isn't a weird scenario. You're going to have to exactly remember, like, when you're with the ball, gives it over to Ash. We apologize for the technical difficulties as we're back. North Stars with the ball. Our officials today, Gary Fody and Matt Newsel. North Stars in the white, Baldwinsville in the red. Beeville coming off of a 13-12 win on the road at West Hill. They led 8-4 at half. The North Stars' last game was at Pelcher-Carl Stadium against the Bees. In the middle, that is Ella Grotto. So the North Stars' last game was against Beeville. And, I mean, Laekin, playing a team twice in a row is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had one game to describe this game, it's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
All the way back. North Stars trying to chase after it. Gabby Putman will take it, the Vanderbilt commit. North Stars' last home game was a win against FM on senior night. As that goes wide, and the North Stars will keep it. That is McKenna Polke in goal for the Bees. Sophomore. Shot scored by the North Stars. That's 4-0. We're going to see who scored that there for CNS.
Yeah, I didn't see who that was.
Elizabeth Smith with goal number 2 of the game.
That was a good shot right there.
And that is goal number 45 on the season for Elizabeth Smith. She's going to the number 1 women's lacrosse program in the nation in the North Carolina Tar Heels. And with that shot, she definitely shows that she's going to the top program in Division I.
Mm-hmm.
For the draw, Gabby Putman. Putman is going to Vanderbilt. Putman for the draw. And the Bees looked like they scooped it up in a fight for the ground ball here. And that's Sophia Graham. That's a big fight for it out of the circle. And Laekin, it's the girls outside of the circle. That was a fierce ground ball battle. And it looks like, you know, these teams always play with some physicality, but I mean, that's an important trait to play with here tonight, and a little bit of a rivalry, Laekin. You know, there's always that extra added fire. The North Stars have won 4 of the last 5. If you're Beeville, is there any extra motivation here to get that win after losing 4 of your last 5 against the North Stars?
Yeah, just trying to end the losing streak and get a win.
It's going to be an 8-meter here from the right hash. Smith fires and scores. Elizabeth Smith with a first quarter hat trick. It's too easy for Liz Smith. She can't miss here. 5-0 CNS. On the 8-meter, she scores, and she has a hat trick already as the number 2 team in the state. Class A is up 5-0 over Baldwinsville. Beeville, they were 1-16 last season, but they got a bye in the first round and lost in the Class A semifinals to Liverpool. That lone loss last year, that lone win, last year, in the 1-16 season, coming to Shen. But head coach Megan Tabor, her 8th season with the Bees, she likes to build a tough schedule as the North Stars with it. She built another tough schedule this year. The Bees come into this one at 8-6. Some of those big wins, they played Shen again, beat them by 5. A big 13-12 win at West Hill. Just one of 2 teams to beat West Hill in the section this year, and CNS the other team. And also in overtime, the Bees beat JD. That's almost a score by Sophia Graham. Neshi will keep it. And the North Stars, and the Bees, beat the Red Rams of Jamesville DeWitt 10-9 in overtime. One of just 2 teams in the section to do that. So, Laekin, this tough schedule, Coach Tabor likes it that way. It prepares you down the stretch.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And a bounce
Another
shot.
one.
Bounce shot scored by the North Stars. That's 6-0. And another great goal. The North Stars goal was scored by Sophia Neshi. Gabby Putman with the assist. That's Neshi's 55th goal. That was Sophia Graham, wrong Sophia. So Sophia Graham with goal number 21 on the season. I heard Neshi. You can't deny what I hear. Did you hear Neshi? Did you hear Graham? What did you hear?
I didn't hear either.
There we go. So I was right. It's the commentating crew says Neshi, but we'll trust what Daryl White says. Liz Smith taking it. Natalie Wilson. Mia Bella Gates. We'll give it over to Sophia Neshi. Natalie Wilson fires and scores. Natalie Wilson with goal number 13 on the season. And the North Stars, they're just getting wide open looks. They can't be stopped.
And Baldwinsville hasn't had a defensive possession at the North Stars goal yet today.
It's you can very much, some games you look at the scoreboard and you're thinking to yourself, well, the scoreboard doesn't really reflect the game. Here, the scoreboard really reflects the game. 7-0 CNS with 4:30 left to go, only in the first quarter. The North Stars' best offensive performance was a 22-12 win at West Hill. 22 is the highest CNS has scored. The highest they've scored in the last 2 seasons was a 25-1 win in regionals last year against Corning Painted Post. Gabby Putman wins yet another. Gabby Putman won 25 draws in the last game against the Bees. Smith slings it over to Neshi. In the middle, Gabby Putman. That's going to be an 8-meter. And Laekin, you just see the ease that the North Stars are passing with right now.
Yeah, and they have a great connection together, and they can just find each other very easily.
There was no issue there. Gabby Putman looking for goal number 30. And just wide. That'll be B's ball. Gabby Putman, 2 goals, 3 assists, 25 draw controls on Thursday at Pelcher Carl Stadium in the 19-9 win against Beeville. Gabby Putman hasn't scored at home in a little bit. No goals on senior night, but she's doing it in the draw circle, which is really where it matters for CNS. Neshi had 6 goals, 5 assists in the last game against the Bees. Liz Smith, 3 goals, 3 assists. Sophia Graham had 3 goals. Behind the net for Beeville. So the first we're seeing this North Stars defense being tested here. It's Katie Harbold on defense there. Driving in front, score for Beeville. Looks like that was number 13, Peyton Dial. If that was Peyton Dial. Peyton Dial unassisted. That's Dial's 48th goal of the season. Peyton Dial is committed to Fairfield as a junior. Can't remember her older brother's name, but her older brother played for Baldwinsville boys lacrosse. So the Dial's a lacrosse family for Beeville. I only remember that because I remember I called a game my sophomore year. There was a Dial on the field for the boys, and I said, I forget his name, but I said he is dialed in. Whenever you can have good wordplay with a name, you take advantage of it. There's Gabby Putman once again. Putman has not lost in the draw control circle this game. North Stars only lost 3 draws against the Bees, and the North Stars win another one. That's Elizabeth Smith. Elizabeth Smith driving through with ease. Natalie Wilson. Natalie Wilson will take it again. North Stars trying to drive in. That's Neshi. And that's going to be an 8-meter.
Again.
The North Stars are drawing these 8 meters really well. That's going to go on the left side, left middle here. It's a good spot for a right-handed person to be. Will she shoot it or will she pass it off? She will shoot it and bounce it through the legs of Polke. Sophia Neshi. That's goal number 55 on the season for the Liberty commit. And Laekin, you just see this North Stars offense operating at such a high efficiency.
Mm-hmm. They're working very well together and scoring pretty efficiently.
And they're converting on 8 meters, 2 for 3 on those 8 meters, and those are pretty important to score on.
Yeah, and once you get, it's bad for the Baldwinsville once they give them because they just got to depend on their defense then to stop them from scoring.
And this is a Baldwinsville team that's been pretty all right on the defensive side of the ball. They've always been more of a little bit of an offensive team, or kind of just a team right down the middle. This North Stars team, you really look at it, they have great defense, but their offense really just shines through. Natalie Wilson will take it. Because you look at this team's games and they score a lot, and they score in a hurry. Smith, shot off the mark. Bees will take possession. Start the 90 seconds on the possession clock. That is Jeannie Neville. Stopped immediately. Neshi, Wilson, Harbold, and Graham scoops it up. And that was fantastic defense.
Yeah.
North Stars just close the gap here. In front. And that's going to be an 8-meter. The 5th 8-meter of the restarted game. And that one will go to the Fairleigh Dickinson commit, El Grotto, who scored a goal before lightning struck. This could be goal number 10 on the season. And a bounce shot score. El Grotto with goal number 10 and goal number 2 in this game. And just a nice, simple, low-effort bounce shot. Not low effort, but a nice little weak bouncer there by El Grotto. And there's going to be a timeout on the field. We'll be back in just a moment right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. We welcome you back here on the North Star Network off that Baldwinsville timeout. Baldwinsville led by head coach Megan Tabor and assisted by Lauren Hopsicker. Coach Tabor in her 8th season, she really likes to make a difficult schedule for this team, and they played some tough teams. 13-8 win against Shen, 13-12 win against West Hill. We talked about the win against JD. CNS wins it. But they also have some close losses and some tough teams. I mean, an 18-5 loss at South Jeff. South Jeff has only lost once, and that one loss is coming to the CNS North Stars. And that South Jeff team, they are looking the best they have in a long time, and they made it to the state championship last year. And that's a takeaway by the Bees. They also lost to an 8-7 to a really, really good Pittsford team, and they competed close with Pittsford. And a scoop by the North Stars. I think that's Kaylin Reed. And the North Stars going to set up their offense here. 23 seconds left to go on the clock. 76 seconds left to go on the possession clock. Gabby Putman with it. Putman gives it over to Gates. 10 seconds on the clock. Mia Bella Gates passes high. Graham chasing after it, and that is how the first quarter will end. CNS leads Baldwinsville 9-1. We welcome you back here on the North Star Network on YouTube alongside Laekin Haven. I'm Johnny Lisi. We have Owen Lynch, our camera operator, Alex Schneible, our producer, and Joey Cox will join us in the second half. Gabby Putman will be going against Isabella Brewster for the draw. As here's the draw between Putman and Brewster. Gabby Putman will be going to Vanderbilt. And Putman scoops it up. So we start the second quarter of play. Neshi will take it. Give it over to Elizabeth Smith. Smith gives it back to Neshi. Neshi through traffic. Saved by Polke. And taken by Viviana Beardsley. Back up top to Gabby Putman. Behind to Neshi. Neshi will be going to Liberty next year. Gabby Putman back up top. Gabby Putman almost playing like point guard here for this North Stars offense. Putman gets bumped, so that's going to be a 12-meter here. Putman's just probably going to start an offensive play here, it looks like. She'll give it back over to Beardsley. In between to Gates. Mia Bella Gates, what an angle, but she can't get it off the stick of Polke. Liz Smith finds the back of the net. That's goal number 4 and goal number 47 on the season for the UNC commit. A lot of shot attempts by the North Stars on that shot. Mia Bella Gates had a great shot, but Elizabeth Smith finishes it, and that just shows anyone on this offense can score for CNS.
They're just passing it around for a while, waiting for a good opportunity, a good angle.
And that's the thing about this North Stars team. They can go 40, 50 seconds into the possession clock, or they could fire a shot right off in transition. They really don't have, a lot of teams just have one set thing. Or I was watching the NCAA men's lacrosse tournament this weekend, and you look at it, and some teams have guys that are just good at inside shooting, or some guys that can only shoot from the exterior. But this North Stars team, anyone can shoot from anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's really what makes this team special. 14-1, 7-0 in the SCAC Metro. Their only loss came to Wellesley in Massachusetts. Behind and in the net. It bounced through. Nobody expected that. Wow, Laekin, that ball just kind of trickled and bounced into the back of the net.
I did not expect that.
Neither did McKenna Polke for the Bees. I don't think anyone expected it. Sophia Neshi, goal number 2 of the game, goal number 56 on the season. That is 13 goals in the last 3 games for Sophia Neshi. And the North Stars now lead 11-1. The last matchup here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium last April was a 20-7 victory for the North Stars. So the North Stars have just really done good at beating Baldwinsville 1-4 the last 5 after Baldwinsville dominated them for years. I remember back when I was a sophomore in 2022, 2023, this matchup was one you would circle on the calendar because both teams would be so competitive as there's a push there, CNS ball. But now, the North Stars are just bulldozing over every team in the SCAC Metro. They beat West Genesee 16-3 at home. West Genesee's biggest loss of the season. They put 11 goals on FM in the first half last week. This North Stars team, they just know how to win. 9 minutes left to go on the clock here. Mia Bella Gates driving through. Gives it over to Neshi. North Stars just trying to work it through. That's Gabby Putman. A little bit more involved offensively. Neshi gives it up top to Liz Smith. Elizabeth Smith gives it back up top.
Here's Gabby Putman. 8:27 on the clock, 27 seconds on the possession clock. Reminder, 90 seconds from when the opposing goalie, when the goalie stick in transition, possession clock starts. Behind the net, Neshi tried to get it. Sophia Neshi loves the behind the back roller, and that's a fresh 90 for the North Stars. Gabby Putman gives it over in traffic. Here is Elizabeth Smith. Smith driving through. And she gets her 5th goal of the first half. So, Laekin, this isn't 5 goals in just the whole game. This is 5 goals in a quarter and change.
Yeah.
Exceptional performance by her. 12-1 CNS. That is goal number 48 on the season for Elizabeth Smith. And Baldwinsville just can't find an offensive possession here. This is a Baldwinsville team that 3 years ago won the state title. The year after was in the state semifinals. So Baldwinsville team that's had a lot of success. Their leading scorer from that time, Bree Peters, playing collegiately at Syracuse. One of their top players from last year, Sierra Natoli, committed to play, is currently playing at Cortland. And it's almost like a changing of the guard here, because you look at how dominant this CNS team is tonight. That's how Baldwinsville was at their best a couple years ago. It's an unseasonably chilly night, Laekin. This isn't a night that you would expect to be here on May 19th.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too chilly for the spring. Would have liked to have put away my cold weather, my cold evening clothes, but it's going to stay cold for a little bit. Gates tried to fake out Polkey. Look at the stick work by Mia Bella Gates. She'll give it up top to Daniela Wilson, younger sister of Natalie Wilson. Fires and scores. Viviana Beardsley.
That was really good.
The freshman with her first goal of the season. Beardsley with the goal. And Sophia Neshi with assist number 44. So Neshi, that's her 6th assist in the last 2 games. And what a performance by this North Stars offense, 13-1. And we are going to have a running clock, I believe. And Laekin, you just look at this Baldwinsville team. What do they need to do here?
I think they just need to make some improvements on the defensive side and just try to start working the ball to the goal.
And especially something also important, you gotta win those draws.
Yeah, that's very important.
That was Viviana Beardsley's 5th goal of the season. 4 goals, 13 assists for Beardsley. She scored last game against Baldwinsville. So goal number 5 on the season for Beardsley. Has a whistle here. Take a look at the SCAC Metro standings. CNS in first, 14-1 overall, 7-0 against the Metro. FM at second, sitting at 9-6 overall, 4-3 in the Metro. West Genesee at 10-5 and 4-4 in third. Baldwinsville in fourth, 8-6, 3-3 in the Metro. And in fifth, Liverpool sitting at 2-13, 0-8 in the Metro. Baldwinsville will play FM tomorrow. Each team plays 8 SCAC Metro games in front, and the Bees put another in the back of the net. That's goal number 2 for Baldwinsville. We'll see who scored that. So you play 8 teams against the SCAC Metro, against the 4 other teams, home and home. Peyton Dial. Peyton Dial with goal number 1 and with goal number 2, excuse me, so goal number 49 on the season. And Leah Otts with the assist. The Robert Morris commit, Leah Otts with assist number 29. So the North Stars, if they win this game, they'll finish 8-0 in the SCAC Metro for the second consecutive year. And Laekin going 8-0 in conference, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, definitely something that you have to work hard for and put on a lot of effort, team effort.
This North Stars team, 230, including these goals today, 232 goals on the season, only allowed 121. Baldwinsville entered this game even, so a +0 on the scoring margin, 158 now. They've allowed 171 goals and scored 160. Look at this North Stars team, best scoring margin in all of the SCAC. So all the SCAC Metro, CNS, FM, West Genesee, Baldwinsville, and Liverpool in Class A for the Class A tournament. Bounce shot saved by Polkey on the shot by the Hartwick commit Addie Essie. And then, so you have the 5 SCAC Metro teams that make up Class A, and then you have RFA from the Tri-Valley League, and then you have Syracuse City from the SCAC Empire. Syracuse City sitting at 4-11 on the season. And RFA sitting at 7-7 on the season. Baldwinsville played RFA on the season. It was a 12-7 win over the Black Knights. And you look at this CNS Liverpool. They've played in the sectional championship for the past few years, last 2 years. Before it was CNS Baldwinsville for a couple years, or Baldwinsville Liverpool. But now you look at the record, and it's most likely going to be CNS FM, CNS West Genesee. So some new company on the other side for the Class A championship.
Yeah.
Still going to be a very competitive tournament. RFA, a solid season, first solid season in a few years. Syracuse City 4-11. Now you have FM and West Genny as a great save by Jilly Howell. In the stick of the SUNY Oswego commit Marissa Wessels. So now with West Genesee and Fayetteville Manlius moved up from Class B to Class A as Wessels double-teamed right in front of Coach Megan Tabor. But with West Genesee and FM moved up, you have a little bit more competition. And, you know, Laekin, the better the competition in the sectional tournament, you know, kind of the more you earn it.
Yeah. And you can also earn skills from that and goal.
Score by Neshi, a hat trick for Sophia Neshi. 3 goals and an assist. That's goal number 57 on the season for the future Liberty Flame. And Sophia Neshi, she is as hot as a flame right now. 14-2 CNS leads. CNS number 2 in New York State Class A. As of last week's rankings, and 15th in the nation. So this is a nationally ranked CNS team, and they're really showing their ranking.
Yeah, I would have to agree on that.
And this is a CNS team that they've beat good teams. They beat state-ranked Penfield. They beat state-ranked Fairport. State-ranked West Hill. State-ranked South Jeff. This is a North Stars team that's earned every victory. As a whistle, CNS ball, and time will expire at the end of the first half. CNS leads Baldwinsville 14-2.
We welcome you back here on the North Star Network on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox. I'll be play-by-play commentator for this second half of action. Of course, I'm joined here by Johnny Lisi and Laekin Haven, my color commentators for the rest of the game. Johnny, what an eventful game so far. 14 goals scored already by the North Stars in the first half.
You look at this, Joey, and it's just a really eventful, like you said, the North Stars, 14 goals. And by a slew of different scores, but you also look at it, and it's Liz Smith who's been exceptional with
5 goals.
5 goals. Like Laekin and I mentioned, she really is earning that North Carolina commit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense why, as a junior, she's already committed to UNC. I mean, they obviously had some scouts come out. They saw what we see in her, and that is talent and that is skill. And she's got both of those.
Boatload of talent.
Yes.
Well,
nice
deserved.
pass
Oh,
inside.
wow. Great shot by the Bees. I mean, Laekin, I think that's the first open shot that Baldwinsville has had all game.
Yeah.
I mean,
just really good defense.
Yeah, Johnny, the North Stars, they've been getting the ground balls, forcing turnovers. We haven't seen the Bees get much going on offense here, and they finally get a shot off here. I mean, they're getting very little shots on goal to begin with, and the ones they do, they don't miss. And it definitely shows the testament to the North Stars defense. And then, of course, their offense has just been electric, not letting the Bees have the ball for very long stretches of time. So it just allows the North Stars to be dominant on offense, not give them the ball on defense. And it all really begins, Johnny, with the draw control.
Begins with the automatic Gabby Putman.
So here comes the North Stars draw with Gabby Putman, of course, in their center circle for the North Stars. You do have Sophia Graham, which I was talking to Johnny over text the other day. Sophia Graham leads the team
a lot of
in
ground balls. Yeah.
28. It's probably higher now after
She's
this
a
game.
sophomore.
Yeah, she's probably got in the 30s now after this game. And the next highest ground balls is Natalie Wilson with 11. So she has such a big presence on defense, especially getting those ground balls.
And we got confirmation from our PA announcer, Daryl White, that the goal was scored by Reagan Ratliff, the sophomore for Baldwinsville. That's her 38th in the assist. Her second of the game, the Robert Morris commit, Leah Otts. That's assist number 30. See Smith, Joey, with that drive.
Yeah.
She kind of leans in, and really a lot of strength, a lot of power, and a great shot.
Yeah.
That's Graham. Well, that's Grotto, excuse me.
Yeah, Ella Grotto.
Oh,
She
that's
loses
too
it.
easy.
That's Liz Smith. She moves her on her way inside, and that's going to be an 8-meter for the North Stars. Liz Smith taking that 8-meter. It's almost automatic.
That's too easy. That's like a Brianna Stewart free throw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although it is going to be a little bit of an awkward angle here for Liz Smith. She does shoot right-handed here, so shouldn't be too bad from the left side.
Oh.
That one, nice save.
That was a great save by McKenna Polkey.
Mm-hmm.
I think they called it off the helmet for Polkey.
You know, they have a little bit of an awkward angle there, Johnny. But I mean, for a right-handed player, shoots right-handed, Liz Smith.
Yeah,
that's not as hard.
Oh, this is an
Sophia
easy
Graham,
shot.
she's got it in.
Yes.
Sophia Graham, that's her second goal of the game. 22 goals on the season.
So I love it. I love this, and I gotta point this out because we love our PA announcer Daryl White, and the music. Yeah, you know, he always plays the goal music. The goal music was played the second the ball got in the back of the net, and that's because every single person in Michael J. Bragman Stadium knew that ball was going in because Sophia Graham had such a great advantage. Polkey was out of net. For a sophomore, that is high lacrosse IQ to get ahead like that and to find the open shot, because sometimes players at her level will take an extra pass, but I'm watching it back on the replay here. Just a fantastic drive, fantastic shot. Knowing that the goalie is out of the net, that's textbook.
That's just studying the game and knowing what to do.
That's knowing your shot. And that's also, Laekin, that could be a product of playing Beeville last game, too, for the North Stars. You know, you study that film, and all that film is on your current opponent. And, you know, learning the tendencies of McKenna Polkey.
Bees moving now with it. This is one of the few times, Johnny, we've had to look to the right side of the field.
When the North Stars haven't had the ball.
Right, exactly. And look at that, triple teamed.
Is that going to be?
And that's going to be an 8-meter.
That's going to be an 8-meter.
Yep. So a chance here for the Bees to get one on the board, though they're down by 12 here, Johnny, late. I mean, they still got a full quarter left to play after this one, but nice pass outside. Decides not to take it all the way.
That would have been smart and paid off if the ball had gone in. I like the bounce shot there, but just a little bit too much power. You got to really time your bounce shot well.
So Peyton Dial with that bounce shot there. As she's already got 2 goals out of the 3 for the Bees so far. And I mean, she's the leading scorer for the Bees. No wonder.
49 goals, including today. She's committed to Fairfield as a junior. Solid lacrosse program for the Stags.
Oh, nice pass outside.
That one
trickles in. That's our second trickle-in goal, Johnny, today.
So that one came off her stick a little bit odd. That was Gisela Truesdale, goal number 18 on the season for the sophomore. So you look at it, and it took a little bit of a weird bounce there.
Yeah.
And just couldn't see it there.
It looked like Jilly Howell pretty much had a handle
on it.
It
went in her stick.
It did go in her stick and just popped out.
Yeah. But, hey, that's where, if you're Jilly Howell, you can't get in your head too much because, I mean, you've only allowed 4 goals. So, Laekin, this really kind of pulls into the mental side of the game here. Can't beat yourself up too much.
And you got to have the next play mentality. And you'll get the next one, and there'll always be another opportunity.
And we know Jilly Howell. We've covered Jilly Howell in a lot of sports. The next play mentality. I mean, she's a physical basketball player.
Yeah.
Right. She's just a powerhouse underneath, under the basket, Johnny.
And she's going to Marquette.
Yeah.
She could play for Shaka Smart in the men's team. We know Marquette needs help in March Madness.
Right.
You know, Joey, that's on my list of teams that have, failed me, and then I can't pick to win number 1 again.
Miabella Gates with the fake there to Gabby Putman. Look, Putman keeps it alive. That one gets into the stick of Gates. Oh, she's tripped up.
No call there?
No call. As that continues the play. Bees now down with it along the sideline.
We do have 2 great officials here, Gary Fody and Matt Newsel. Gary Fody, also a flag football official.
Look at that.
So it's kind of often that we see officials in 2 different sports in 2 different seasons. What a save by Howell.
Oh, wow.
But, Joey, it's rare that we see an official do 2 different sports in the same season.
Right.
So Gary Fody is a busy man come springtime. But, hey, who wouldn't want to be outside in the spring?
Right. Although not in this
Except
weather,
for tonight.
Johnny.
Except for tonight.
Yeah. Addie Esche, not the 30-20. She moves with speed. She gets it over to Miabella Gates. Ooh, sits in the back of the end zone. She looks, gets it over for Addie Esche. Good moves here by the North Stars. Good ball movement. Gabby Putman looking for her.
Oh, what a find. Essie wants to get one.
Oh.
Essie is battling for those goals, and she's a field hockey player. That's tough. You know, kind of in field hockey a little bit more than lacrosse. You got to fight for all your goals because, in field hockey you're only going to get maybe 2 goals if you're lucky. And here in lacrosse, the North Stars already have triple that, quadruple that, times 5. That's math. Whatever. The metaphor is lost now, but Addie Essie really knows how to fight for a goal and fight on offense. And those are good skills.
Also, not to mention, Johnny, just kind of flipping the turntable here for just a second. Gabby Putman, who she's only got an assist tonight, she's had quite the scoring drought at home.
I was
talked about that in
the
open. Yeah, she's definitely looking for one here. As she was trying to find the back of the net just a few moments ago, but she's still got plenty of time to stick that one back there.
And for Gabby, she's not the type of player that you're going to see put up 5 or 6 goals. She very well could. Oh, what a goal by Baldwinsville.
But she's just the one who's always trying to find her other teammates, trying to set up the play, not take it herself. And
she's a person that she's meaningful on the field. and she could have a good night in the draw circle, and that's how she contributes. As we're going to see a goalie change for CNS, Allison Spoto is in for Jilly Howell. A really solid night for Jilly Howell.
So Peyton Dial with that goal gives her a hat trick tonight.
Great performance by Peyton Dial. That's goal number 50 on the season. But hey, Jilly Howell, really good performance in her last home game as a CNS North Star.
Here comes the draw from Gabby Putman. North Stars up 15-5 here at the 2-minute warning, if you will, Johnny.
As I think we'll have a running clock for the rest of the game.
Yes, I believe so. Happens a lot when teams are up.
Yeah.
They're just like, screw it. Let this clock run. So that one is going to stick with the North Stars. Not quite sure what the whistle's for. A little bit of an interference there by Bees. North Stars going to win it nonetheless.
Strike fast.
North Stars moving quickly here as they decide to slow things down with Viv Beardsley. Making some moves. Prentice. Gates now. She tried to find her way in front of the net. She wraps around. She shoots. And she scores.
Mia Bella Gates went a full 360 around the net to find the good angle. That's goal number 2 for her in this game. She had one before Lightning struck and then one now. So that is 33 goals on the season for Mia Bella Gates.
Now I got to tell you, Johnny, look, she wanted to shoot there from the left, but then she was forced outside. She decided she was going to pass, but then decided to take it around the net herself. She just wraps around, takes the shot, and the North Stars are up by 11 with 31 seconds left to go here, Johnny.
Looks
Clock's
like
still running.
Anina Truesdale for the draw now for the Bees.
I mean, you're playing against such a impressive draw control player such as Gabby Putman. It's kind of hard either way, whether you got one of your best players in there or not. I mean, that's what a lot of these games come down to, and Gabby Putman is just so dominant in that. It's just tough to go against that, Johnny.
Looks like that'll be an 8-meter.
No, I think it's just, oh, yep.
Yeah, it's going to be an 8-meter for Kaylin Prentice. Younger sister of former North Star Kenzie Prentice.
She's only got to go on the season.
Almost.
Oh, man. That's what we call an almost here, Johnny. As that's going to end our third quarter of action. So we'll be right back here on the North Star Network. North Star's up 16-5. welcome you back here to the North Star Network on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator here for
great
this fourth
draw.
quarter of action. As, like Johnny just said, excellent draw. As
By guess who? Sophia Graham.
look at that. She just excellent outside the circle, Johnny, on the draw. She reaches up, snags the ball out of there. What a pass,
Go.
yes. As Kaylin Prentice, she's going to get her second goal of the season, first of the game.
Through traffic, and that's special. Kaylin Prentice, a freshman. Her older sister, Kenzie, played, and
Her mom, obviously,
her
the
mom, the
coach.
coach. Special connection.
Coach Prentice got to be loving that on the sideline.
Neshi with her second assist of the game, so a hat trick and 2 assists for Neshi. That's assist number 45.
Sophia, I mean, wow, Johnny. 57 goals, 45 assists for Sophia Neshi. I mean, what's she averaging points per game wise? I mean,
It's crazy. She has, in her last 3 games, the senior night against FM, the last game against Baldwinsville, and this game against Beeville, she has scored 14 goals in the last 3 games.
wow.
It's an exceptional number.
Can't even do the math on that, Johnny.
Took me a second, Joey. That's why I was saying it so slowly so that I didn't have another math moment.
So that one fired over to the corner. Kaylin Prentice trying to track that one down. She does manage to get the ground ball as she rolls her way out towards the 10. She's going to pass it off to Sophia Graham, who zips it over for Smith. Smith gets it over for Daniela Wilson, the younger sister of Natalie Wilson. It's back over to Addie Eshe. Good movement around the net here for the North Stars.
Oh,
What a
Neshi.
move by Neshi. She wraps away around a Beeville defender as she fires that one to the back of the net.
What was that, a
Wow.
whole 360?
Yeah.
That's how good Sophia Neshi is. That's goal number 58 on the season.
What a move. Watch. She just tries to go right. She goes left. Then she goes right again. Then she decides to wrap her way around. Fires. Bam, right in the back of the net. I mean, that's how you fake out a player right there.
And Joey, it's really a goal because Daryl White is playing the Buffalo Sabres goal song. This one time the Buffalo Sabres, they scored a goal, as Joey Cox would always like to say. It's one time the Colorado Avalanche did this. Reminds me of the Colorado Avalanche.
This reminds you of the Buffalo Sabres, Johnny.
It's official Gary Fody getting everyone in place. Too many players on the field.
Yeah, Maya Patty coming off. I believe that's oh, nope, sorry, that's Kaylin Reed. 6 looked like a 5, Johnny.
Well, hey, good job by Gary Fody to I mean, that's hard to count that many
Yeah.
players, and that's
He's
counting
sitting over
pretty
there.
high.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, too many.
That's
that one.
Beeville ball.
Yeah, B's ball. But I mean, Johnny, 8:46 left in this final quarter of action, and you're down by 13. I mean, they had a solid offensive performance last quarter, but just their defense hasn't been able to show up enough here, Johnny, to put a stop to this North Stars offense. So even if we see them score a couple back-to-back goals, the North Stars will respond. As look at that, a defensive performance, excellent defensive performance and play there by Sophia Graham. I mean, there's another ground ball from her.
Looks like we have another goalie warming up for the Bees.
Oh, great move, Mia Bella Gates. Great pass from Sophia Graham. What a
Very
connection.
good pass.
That's a hat trick for Mia Bella Gates. Goal number 34. Great goal.
And what an assist by Sophia Graham, too.
New
Just fighting her
goalie.
way through the traffic.
New goalie for the Bees, McKenna Polke will trot off, and Isabella Gebhardt will come in.
Hasn't seen a lot of playtime, Johnny. Just a junior. She's got 13 saves, 17 goals allowed. So,
And Sophia Graham gets her 3rd assist of the season. It's going to be Anina Truesdale again, and Gabby Putman for the draw.
here comes the draw for the North Stars and Gabby Putman. Just dominant on these draw controls as she wins another.
Joey, this game is flying by. It's only 8 o'clock.
I know. And
Wow.
we only got 7 minutes left. I mean, with this running clock, Johnny, it's definitely going to blow by.
The last game I did with Aaron Tarquinio, Joe Seidman, and Leighton Sullivan was a game that started at 7, and they played Beeville. They went to overtime. I didn't leave the stadium till 9 o'clock.
Yeah. There you go, Johnny.
This is a nice early game.
So it looked like Avery Rumble's shot was deflected. She's going to head to the sideline here. Looks like we're going to bring in a substitution here for the North Stars. Yep, so Avery Rumble there after her shot was deflected. Oh, yellow card, Johnny.
Oh.
My fault. Thought it was a substitution there. Didn't see the card till late.
Yeah, the official never signaled it.
Didn't see him until he went up to the sideline at the scoring table, Johnny, and flashed the card in front of the
Yeah,
front of the
normally you're
scorer.
supposed to stop the play and make it a little bit more known, but hey, officials again are Gary Fody and Matt Newsel.
So yellow card, not quite sure what it's for, as we didn't get a radio up here from our score table, so he must be just as confused as we are.
Yeah. Hey, we know it's a 2-minute yellow card.
Yes.
That's about it.
That's all we got for you. On what, we have no idea. I just thought her shot. Oh, what a save.
Allison Spoto's made some great saves. She'll be the starting goalie next year with Jilly Howell leaving for Marquette.
And not, you know what? I'm not even going to say it, Johnny. I was going to say something. Not going to bring up the commentator's curse here today. She hasn't seen a lot of playtime either, Johnny. And here comes an 8-meter. I mean, based on her total of 4 saves on the season, I'm going to guess she hasn't seen an 8-meter
This is
yet.
dead on for Gisela Truesdale.
Oh, what a save by
wow.
Spoto.
That was straight on by Gisela Truesdale. Great save by Spoto.
And again, like I said, Johnny, based on her save total, I'm going to assume she hasn't seen an 8-meter yet this season, and the first one she faces, she gets a dead-on save.
That's one of the positives about this North Stars squad having having a younger team. You know, you have your main girls.
Oh, what another save! Spoto.
Wow.
Back-to-back saves.
So, Joey, you look at this in this North Stars, you know, you have your core players, then you have your younger core, and now you have that's the positive about this North Stars team, you know, winning so many games in decisive fashion, that you have time for these younger players to play, some time for Allison Spoto to get quality minutes.
Good ball movement here from the Bees. The North Stars haven't been able to get a ground ball here in a while, despite the numerous amount of saves. Another save by Spoto.
And you know who's more excited about that than anyone in Michael J. Bragman Stadium? North Stars goalie coach, Bree Starr. Bree Starr is one of the most valuable assistants in all of the state. She's a specific goalie coach. Not many schools have a coach specifically for goalies, and Bree Starr was the goalie at Syracuse.
Oh, look at that.
So she played under Gary Gate. So this is someone who really knows the goalkeeping position.
So Allison Spoto with her her senior year here starting, she's definitely going to be under some excellent coaching staff, Johnny. Definitely one she's going to.
And Coach Prentice, one of the best, and her other assistant, Briar Cummings, played 4 years at Canisius. It's going to be
another save.
Wow.
Spoto.
She's been fantastic.
A bunch of good saves tonight for
Allison Spoto's been fantastic. That's got to be confident for her. Oh, what a pass!
Oh, Wilson.
Oh, got hit in the head. That should be an 8-meter there.
Nothing called.
I think the officials both of their backs were turned. But Joey, you know, Allison Spoto, she's getting quality minutes, quality meaningful minutes. So that's got to give her a ton of confidence going into next year, playing the starting job, not going in blind. She has good quality minutes.
Similar thing, Johnny, with Oscar Sirico, who is most likely going to be a starting goalie for both ice hockey and boys lacrosse, seeing now that Noah Samfier will be here for another year.
Yeah.
My apologies. But for men's hockey or men's ice hockey, more than likely we'll see Oscar Sirico in net for them after Trevor Smith.
Yeah, Smitty the goalie.
Yep. After he has an excellent senior season, replacing Leighton Sullivan. So
yeah, Leighton Sullivan. Those are big shoes to fill for both Sam Fear and Trevor Smith.
And they've both done an excellent job.
Wow, the ground ball looking like hockey out here, but the Bees get it.
So 2:20 left to go of this running clock, fourth quarter. 19-5 your score. Allison Spoto just been a brick wall in front of the net here for the North Stars after she came in for Jilly Howell. Nice little wraparound move. Oh, that one does manage to sneak through, but Spoto still an excellent.
Hey, this is still a good performance. Like Laekin said earlier, it's that next play mindset. She had a really good string of goals there.
Yeah.
I mean, a really good string of saves.
So she can't let, that one goal, Johnny, get in her head.
So we're going to see who scored that. Can't see on the replay.
So J.M. Madigan with her 26th goal of the season, the junior from Beeville.
Already committed to Merrimack, the Northeastern Conference, so she'll be staying fairly local. Merrimack plays Binghamton and Lemoyne, so some of those schools, Stonehill. Fairleigh Dickinson, so she'll see Ella Grotto. Ella Grotto committed to FDU.
A lot of backups in here for the North Stars, Johnny, as we're under a minute left
another
to go.
goal for Beeville. And these are the goals late in the game that, hey, it's okay. You're up by a lot.
Yeah.
That
It's all right to let through.
Yeah.
was Peyton Dial's fourth goal of the game. So goal number 51 for the future Fairfield Stag, Peyton Dial. So Jaya Madigan with 1, Reagan Ratliff with 1, Peyton Dial with 4, Gisela Truesdale with 1, and Leah Otts has 2 assists. So pretty much all the big scores for Beeville have scored or gotten on the score sheet.
So as you can see, Johnny Avery Rumble was taking that face off, as that's probably going to about do it. So the North Stars with a dominating game after that lightning delay we had just a few weeks ago. They get to pick up where they left off and get the 19-7 win here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium versus the Baldwinsville Bees. I'm Joey Cox. Thank you so much to our crew here on the North Star Network. Of course, our camera operator, Owen Lynch, our technical director and producer, Alex Schneible. Of course, my your play-by-play commentator for the first half and color commentator of the second half, Johnny Lisi and Laekin Haven, my other color commentator. And, of course, I'm Joey Cox saying so long here from Michael J. Bragman Stadium.